Denise, guess what?
What's Abby?
We got chismes.
Hi everyone. Welcome back
Hello.
to a new episode of We Got Chisme. As usual, I'm Denise and this is Sabisito.
Yep.
Woo! So, story number one for today.
So what does today's episode
Woo!
hold? Because you haven't said the title and you're already starting on my one.
Sorry, I'm too excited. So, these stories are all about fiancés, about proposing and about, marriage, wedding planning, whatever.
When somebody's
Anyway,
obsessed.
somebody's obsessed. Somebody got engaged. So somebody's obsessed. Look at that beauty. Wait, let me
No.
close up on the ring, please. Careful. Do not blind. You don't know how do you say that. Do not.
Do not blind yourself.
There you go. Do
Because,
not blind yourself. Look at that beauty.
wow.
Oops,
Now,
sorry, my microphone fell.
now people understand the obsessions all this time with the weird proposal, marry, and all that stuff. So this lady is being obsessed. Poor boyfriend, he's being harassed. I'm sorry. Poor fiance, he's being harassed his ass all this month since
Hey,
the
it's been
beginning
only
of the
six
year.
months.
Since the beginning
Exactly.
of the year.
It's his
I
own fault for telling me it was going to be in 2026. His own fault. If he didn't
Mm,
tell me that, I would have never known.
but you keep asking.
No, I didn't ask. Was that Jan was the one that asked.
Well,
She asked in the
and
quinceañera.
anyhow, let's diving into today's stories. What does
Mhm,
they
mhm.
hold today, you mentioned?
So for today's stories, the title is The Worst Fiancés Ever.
Does her fiance sing this story?
Ooh. No, my
Let's
fiance
find
is the
out.
best.
Ah,
But
she put the
when
vibe.
it's been a Friday, okay? Because we're recording it on a Friday, and it's been a week, let's say that. So my engagement bubble was great for the weekend, and then I started work. And then people piss me off, especially today. Today I got mad at a lot of people. So we are just gonna dive into the worst cows ever and then reflect and see, hey, my life is great.
So
So
let's
yeah,
dive in on people's disgrace so she can feel better about herself. Let's dive in, my dear.
let's dive in. Story number one. It was posted 7 years ago, and it comes from a subreddit relationship advice. And the title is My 22 female fiance, 25 male, want his father to check my hymen tomorrow night before I get married. Do we all know what a hymen is? Do you want to say what it is? No? Well, I hope everybody knows what it is, or otherwise Google it, because we don't want to get censored.
Exactly.
Anyway, it says, My fiance proposed to me about 8 months ago. We decided on having a relatively small wedding, which is in 2 days. Everything was going great. He seems absolutely perfect, and we're very much in love. I am a virgin, and so is he. He wanted to
Uh-huh.
save it for marriage, and I was not fussed, so I agreed to saving it. He has told me earlier that in his family, the father checks the virginity of the bride the night before the wedding. I laughed this off as it seriously sounds like a massive joke. No, turns out he was that serious. He wants me, the night before, to open my legs in a small ceremony type thing so his dad can check me, while
Mm.
him, his brothers, and uncle can watch so that they know I am still pure.
And why do they have why just don't go to a doctor to verify? Okay, proceed.
I told him, fat chance I am going to do that, and he was begging me to go through with it and how important it is for him. He said he knew it was slightly embarrassing for me, but his mom did it. And it proved how much I love him and that I have nothing to hide anyway. as I am still a virgin. I left and he was crying. It was very dramatic. I want to call off the whole wedding because of this and never talk to him again. But at the same time, it is the only thing and other, oh, it's only one thing. And other than that, we're perfect for each other. And I do not want to spend my life with anyone else. And it is very important to him and his family. What the frick frack do I do? I am currently at my friend's house and I might stay here for the night. Tomorrow will be our last day as an unmarried couple and I'm straight up panicking.
Uh, s- the red flag cannot be any bigger. I don't know, girl. Like that sounds like a call to me.
I have one word for you: run. As fast as you can, run.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like it sounds like a freaking cult. I mean, I heard of people that does the stuff like that before, but it does sounds like a type of cult thing.
It really, really does.
But you
Let me
know,
find it.
it's just like that's a big ass flat. It's like,
No, that's way too much to ask. Like
I mean,
she's
yeah.
22. What the heck?
I know, and that's like a violation. First of all, that's a violation of her privacy. Like the dad is and the brothers have to watch, like to for the dad to go in her Gucci and see like what's in there, like to make sure like her Gucci is still sealed. Like what the
I
heck?
not just that, but also the uncles, the
And the
brothers.
uncles, yes, all the guys, and like why doesn't the mother does this?
What
Freaking
the
perps.
heck?
Yeah, so super red flag. Whether the family is fantastic and everything, just doing that, it's like they are inspectioning the meat that the kid is gonna eat to see if the meat to see if the kid
Ew.
is not rotten.
Ew. Do you?
Sorry.
Uh,
Hello.
but yeah. Top comment is this tradition, in quotes, is disgusting. He's essentially asking you to expose yourself to every male in his family. It's not to mention risks of control and abuse. Second comment, you may not have an intact hymen. Most females don't. This proves nothing. Plus, it's disgusting to even think about your soon to be in laws looking at your twat. Whoa. Whoa.
Mm.
I will not proceed with this.
That one hits
Anyway,
you hard. You imagine like before you get married, Denise, we have to go through this.
like every male in his family gotta check that. Ew, bye. I don't care how perfect it is. Bye. Disgusting. Anyway, we have an update. That you're supposed to be excited.
Well, I just thinking on my own I make about the rotten kid.
On your
Um,
own what?
about the rotten kid, I just say, but it's just like crazy
The,
that people still pulling up with stuff like this in nowadays. But let in today's day, I would so say like we are not like what in the 1900s when people used to do
1900.
this, or 18. Yes, thank you. Not even in the 19, in the 18.
Exactly.
2 centuries back. But let's go for the update. I hope she's wrong for her own well-being and mental
Yeah.
sanity. But let's
Yeah,
dive in though.
100%.
Let's shoot it.
Update. First of all, thank you so much for all the replies. I did not think this will get so big. I have read pretty much all of them, especially shout out goes to the person who says this was fake, solely on the fact that I write like a man, whatever that means. Also, thanks for all the gold and silver is appreciated, although if you want to spend money, give it to charity or something. I went and talked to him this morning. I told him that his father is not going to look at me and he needs to respect that. He was adamant that it needs to happen and accused me about lying about my virginity. I was trying to be calm and rational, but he was not having it. And just became more and more angry. I told him if he really loved me, he would stand by me on this and tell his father no. to which he slapped me and say he did not need to prove anything. So I ended it and left him. I am currently back at my friend's house being miserable and eating pizza, which is pretty fun. So, yep, thanks everyone.
Thanks God, you did
He
the right
fucking
choice.
slap you? The man child?
Well, actually, no. The that's an excellent thing that happens. Is for the circumstances that he just showed her. Like the request was already the huge red flag. This what he did. It was just a confirmation of that huge red as flag. So it's don't explode the pop-up. So it's good that things happen right prior, so that way she knows where she's standing now. She knows like that's a big no-no. That's not what it is. That's not it. That's not where she's supposed to be.
I even had to get my stress ball. I was, no, no, what the heck? I hate that he slapped you. I hate that he slapped you, that he made you feel bad and he got away with it. Well, thank goodness that you broke up with him and you were able to run away before you married this guy because he could have been 1,000% words that, like Savi said about. So,
Yes, because if she hits you before you get married because you were not complying, imagine if you get married with this guy. So that's mean that's gonna be like an abusive relationship.
yeah.
It's like, okay, you're mine now. Mine and mine alone.
Top comment says, wow, just as controlling as you expected. To accuse you of lying and slap you is real fucking bold on his part. Good work getting rid of him. You will much better off. Glad you have a good friend on your side. The way I will make flyers about this man and his family and post them all over town. Do not date this man. Do not date this man. Red flag. Red fucking big flag. Him and his family.
Denise will post it on social media. It's like
Social media. Have you seen
everywhere.
this man? He's an asshole. He's psychotic.
And his family is of cults.
Yeah.
Of perverts that just want to see the un wrong. ¿Cómo se dice? Oh, just wanted to see a virgin kitty.
Yeah,
Disgusting,
exactly.
honestly. That's very disgusting. But anyhow, we happy that you escaped from the monster. Um, that you back at your friend's house eating pizza. You've been
Yeah.
miserable for now, but
You're gonna
trust me,
be much better off without this man.
you'll be happy the rest of your life.
Yeah. And talking about another horror story, we're going to story number two.
Oh my gosh, she advised this story like we are about to go to a Halloween episode, something like that. Let's dive into story number two then. Let's see what the horror
It was
awaits.
posted 6 months ago
Okay.
from the subreddit Off My Chest.
Oh, this one
Title
usually
is
dramatics.
I, female 22, just found out my fiance, male 22, and I are related. And we do not know what to do. Throw away because this is a massive secret and we are fully expecting it to blow up in our faces. I never thought I would post here, but the holidays uncovered something huge, and my fiance and I genuinely have no idea what to do. I grew up in a fairly large city in the south with just my mom, my younger brother, and me. My dad died of cancer when I was 4, and my mom supported us by working as an accountant for a mid sized company. It was always just the big three, in quotes, as my mom liked to say. I have never known anyone from her side of the family. She has always been extremely private about her upbringing, but as I got older, I picked up bits and pieces. Whenever we saw family, it was always my dad's side. My parents met as adults, but after my dad died, my grandpa really stepped up in my life. He took me to father daughter dances, came to baptisms and major milestones, and was always present. When I asked about my mom's side of the family, I usually got short answers like, they're bad people, or we live far away for a reason. As far as I know, my mother left home when she was around 17 and never spoke to anyone from her family again. My grandparents on my dad's side never met anyone from her side. Almost 4 years ago, I got into a great university far from home. My grandpa drove me down the campus and helped me move in. I met During orientation, I met Tom, not his real name. We clicked instantly. Same humor, same values, and a connection I had honestly never felt before. We became best friends very quickly and soon started dating. Tom is also from far away, but our hometowns are extremely far from each other. Over the years, I spent some holidays with his family, and he spent some with mine. My mom, my brother, and my grandpa, who passed away around Thanksgiving this year, all adore him and were very vocal about wanting me to marry him. His
Uh-huh.
family accepted me just as warmly. Last year, his parents even gave him a large gift to help pay for an engagement ring. He proposed this past August, right around the anniversary of when we met. We are planning to get married in June, shortly after we graduate. One more piece of context before the actual problem. Tom and I became sexually active about a month ago. We were both virgins when we met and had decided we wanted to wait until marriage. After he proposed, we decided together that we were comfortable taking that step, especially since I am on birth control and we were already planning a wedding. Our parents assumed we're waiting, but no one has ever directly asked. Until now, this has now been a point of stress for us. Here is where everything falls apart. This past Christmas, I stayed with Tom's family. My mom and my parental grandmother are in the middle of an argument I did not want to be involved in. And my mom was completely fine with me going elsewhere. While at Tom's family gathering, his mom's parents came over, and we all had a big holiday meal, opened gifts, and had a great time. They even gave me several gifts with their last name on them. Oh, because they're gonna get married. Oh.
It's very
At
nice.
some point during the evening, Tom's grandmother made a comment to his mom, who I will call Melissa. She said, Melissa, do you remember when you and Rachel got me the planter for Christmas? I leaned over and quietly asked Tom who Rachel was. He looked confused and said it was his mom's twin sister who disappeared years ago. He had never met her. I immediately felt uneasy. My mother's last name is Rachel, although she has gone by her middle name my entire life. I also knew she had siblings, one sister and one brother. Tom had mentioned an uncle who passed away around 2010. At the time, I convinced myself it was just a strange coincidence. Later that night, people were moving around the house, and Tom and I ended up sitting alone together with some wine. I whispered something like, I did not know your mom had a twin. I think at that exact moment, it hit both of us. About a year ago, while dating, we had realized our mothers shared the same birthday. We thought it was funny and even mentioned it casually once to his mom. We both started internally freaking out, but kept it together for the rest of the visit. The next day, I flew home to see my mom. How do they do not look alike? Are they like
I've seen,
whatever twins that do not look alike? I forgot the name. Is it
I mean,
fraternal?
no, well,
There is identical twins and there's fraternal twins. I think it is. I'm not
yes,
100% sure, but I
yes,
think one of them do not look alike.
they don't look alike. They just born together, but they don't look exactly the same.
Mm, okay. Well, it says, before I got here, Tom and I came up with a plan. I told my mom, and I had been talking to my gynecologist about some issues with my period. And then one of the intake questions asked whether there were twins in my family. I said I did not know, and I figured I should ask. For the first time in my life, my mom admitted she was a twin.
Ah!
When I asked why she never told me, she went on a long, drunken rant about how her sister Melissa was a literal demon. My mom is, unfortunately, drunk most of the time. She also mentioned cutting her family off completely when she was young. What is wild is that my mom and Tom's mom look absolutely nothing alike. One is tall and brunette, the other is short and blonde. At that point, everything clicked. We confirmed last names, which were the same. I also learned my mom's maiden name for the first time in my life, which I know is strange, but she's intensely private. Tom and I are cousins. We have no idea what to do next. Our parents have never met, but they are supposed to meet at our wedding in 6 months. We have already built a future around each other. Tom has a great job lined up, and I have accepted early decision to my dream law school in the same city. Our relationship is genuinely strong. We're best friends, are deeply in love. Ending the relationship feels like throwing away the greatest joy either of us have ever had. Continuing, it feels terrifying. There are obvious biological concerns if we ever want children. There is also the real possibility of being disowned or pressured to split once the truth comes out. We are stuck and completely overwhelmed. What do we do?
Oh my God.
Told you, horror stories. What would you do, Sabi, if you find out Paolo was your cousin?
Um, I know of cousins that's been together. My grandpa and my grandma from my father's side, they were first cousins.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I understand everything about you now.
The fuck, girl? Asshole. No, I think they were, yeah, they were first cousin for what I heard from stories that my aunt and uncle has shared with us, with me at least. Well, they have shared to my mom, and my mom have surprised me
Crazy.
of those. Um, and yeah, I'm like, wow, but again, there were people that live in in the countryside,
So
truly
you will
countryside
continue.
back into the 19 something. But this is people that live in the modern era right now in the 21st century. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, but how come? So this family never have met one another in face to face? So what happened in the wedding? Like the family would just like explode and they're gonna try to avoid that they get married at all costs.
Apparently, they live far away,
No,
which
but
is why they
like
haven't met each other.
yeah, but obviously for the wedding,
They're
both
gonna meet each other.
they're
That's
gonna
what they're
meet each
saying. The
other.
families were gonna meet each other at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
If this was me and Adam, and I will find out that he's my cousin, because of the such a good relationship that we have and such, happiness with each other and because of everything and how much I love him, I think I will just don't tell anyone, try to just stay with him and just not have kids. I will not have kids and that's it. If you want
But,
kids, adopt.
pero the thing is, even though just the fact that they are, the stereotype, like if you're blood related, like oh my God, you can marry because you're family.
But you never met each other
Excuse
until
me. Even
college.
though, regardless of the facts, they're like, I'm sorry, but you guys cannot marry. It was impossible for for them to be alone. They're going to request them right away to be split up. So even though they can continue being together, but they will have to go against all family, both of the families. So it's pretty much it's like
They will
they will
have to
have to make a
isolate themselves.
decision whether they would like to start a family with themselves by themselves and without the support of any of their parents and extended family, or they just, fall down to the pressure of the family member. So, do we have an update on this one? This one sounds very interesting for me to know.
There is an update.
Fantastic. Let's dive in right away. Thank you so much.
um, so we have an edit first. The edit says, thanks for all the kind comments. Tom and I have read through them all and would really appreciate the thoughts. We have decided to talk to our parents tonight. We both fly back to college tomorrow, so it's really the last time we can do this before it gets dangerously close to the wedding. I will give an update on how it goes either tonight or tomorrow at the airport. We plan to tell them what we have learned, but insist it will not affect our plans to marry. Hopefully, if we lead with that, there will not be any effort to break us up. Okay. And then we have the update. Uh, there is a date, but I don't know when the first one was posted, so the date doesn't say anything to us. It only says 6 months ago. That's all. And then the second one, the update says it was January 4th, 2026. And it says, I did not expect this story to get so much attention, and I appreciate all the
She
kind
thinks
words,
so? Really?
right? And I
Like,
appreciate all the kind words and encouragement. It was just like the girl with the hymen, checking the hymen. They were like, I did not expect this to get attention. I'm like, what? Do you think that's normal?
Yeah, like how that cannot get attention at all. Like I wonder why. Like this is the
Right?
shit that people say, like, ooh, spicy. Let's read it how it ends.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So it says, I appreciate all the kind words and encouragement. I also appreciate everyone who reached out kindly in my DMs. Sorry if I have not responded yet. As you will soon read, my life is a little upside down. I wrote the original post in the early afternoon. At the time, my mother was out buying my brother new clothes for his upcoming semester. I decided I will confront her after dinner. Tom and I agreed that I will tell my mom that night and then we will figure it out how to tell his parents. Dinner came and I was not eating. My brother kept asking why. So I eventually gave in and told my mom I had something important I needed to talk to her about privately. She seemed to recognize the seriousness of my tone and told my brother to go to the gas station to buy scratchers. When he left, I told her everything, starting with, "This is really big news, but I want you to know that I intend to continue my relationship with Tom." I told her I had been at Tom's house and learned that Tom's mom had an estranged twin and that I was confident it was her. I say the full legal names of Tom's mom and his maternal grandparents. I knew I was right, but the shade of red my mother turned. She kept saying, "What? And is this a fucking joke?" I even show her Tom's mom's Facebook. My mother has no social media and never has, as far as I know. At first, my mom went silent while I sobbed. Then she erupted. She told me I needed to leave Tom immediately and never speak to him again. I told her I was not going to do that. She started yelling about how Tom's family was spreading lies about her to me. They do not even know she was being paranoid. I told her I did not need to tell them anything, that she could keep this secret and simply never meet them. Since his family is paying for the entire wedding, I suggested she do not attend,
Oh my
so she will
God.
never have to interact with them. That suggestion was not taken well.
Of course not. It's like you cutting me off from your special day, the life of my life, my only daughter, and you
I
don't
mean, she
want.
can do both. She can get married, like her house marriage with her mom, and then just go
I
somewhere
know,
else.
but like think on this. Like your blood is thinking it's doing the wedding of her life, like
And
the
then you're
wedding
not
of
going
her
to be a part
dreams.
of it.
Sorry, and you just cannot be part of it just because you're gonna see your sister, your twin sister, that you have run away from her for a long time ago. And yeah, so but let's continue. Let's continue. This is está peor que una soap opera, pero bueno,
That
let's go.
suggestion was not taken well. She called me every name in the book: whore, liar, bitch, cunt, etc. She screamed at me until she was blue in the face and told me she will not allow me to return to school for my final semester.
Mm,
Around this time, my brother came home. He's a pretty low key guy and does not handle conflict well. So he went into the adjacent living room and scrolled on his phone. I told my mom I would marry Tom regardless and that if she chose not to be part of my life, that was her decision. She called me ungrateful and continued screaming. Things escalated again when she demanded that I hand over my phone. Long
mm,
story, I am actually on Tom's family plan.
mm.
She also demanded that I go to my room. I said, no, I am adult. And she threw a three-quarters full bottle of Bottomless gin at me. And it hit my arm and shattered on the floor. That is when my brother stepped in and pulled me out of the house. He could hear her breaking things and swearing as we stood outside. Since my flight is scheduled early in the morning, my brother drove me to his friend's apartment near the airport. He works at the airport and lives about 15 minutes away. I had never met this friend before. My mother texted me multiple times asking where I was and calling me awful names again, but nothing else happened. I am writing this now from the airport, waiting to board my flight. I have a bruise on my arm, but it is not serious. Tom thinks I should have called the police, but I could just not do that to my mom, even if that ends up being the last time I ever speak to her. My brother brought me all my belongings around 2 a.m. and then took me to a hotel connected to the airport. He's a saint.
Aw.
This is only half the update. After I left the house during the drive to my brother's friend's place, I called Tom hysterically. He told me he thought he should tell his parents, and I agree. After we hung up around 10:30, Tom pulled his parents aside and told them everything. They had seen pictures of my mother on my Instagram before and had not recognized her. But once they looked again, they confirmed it was the Rachel they knew. Melissa cried and cried. Tom's dad, I will call him Richard, said the situation was very strange. They asked Tom a lot of probing questions, including whether we had been sexual and whether my mother knew. Tom told them everything. They were disappointed in him, but they did not dwell on that. After
Mhm.
Tom explained that what happened with my mom earlier that night, Richard and Melissa completely changed their tone. They told him they still supported their marriage but needed to make a game plan for how to handle this moving forward. They texted me saying incredible kind things, telling me nothing had changed and that I was still their daughter and that they loved me.
Oh,
Melissa also shared why my mom became estranged for them.
Melissa.
I know. This is only her side, and I may never hear my mom's, but apparently, when my mom was in high school, she started to unravel emotionally. She would yell at her mother constantly and accuse her of favoring Melissa. Their father was the coach of the girls' basketball team, which Melissa played on, but my mom did not, and my mom felt rejected by both parents. During their senior year, my mom ran away with an older boy, not my dad. His family knew my grandparents well, so they assumed she was safe, but my mom told them she will never speak to them again, and she kept her word. The last thing they heard about her was 3 years later when the boy's parents said they had broken up and she moved to another city. This was the city where she later met my dad. They wrote letters she never answered and eventually respected her wish for no contact. All of this came secondhand from Tom, who heard it from his mom while I was coming down from hysteria in an airport hotel room at dawn. The details may be fuzzy, but this is what I know. How am I doing? I am heartbroken and scared. I have only seen my mother be violent once before, when she threw a brick at my brother for sneaking a girl in. I was always a perfect child, and now I cannot imagine her ever speaking to me again. It feels like I chose the people she felt rejected by over her. My heart breaks for my mom, but I love Tom, and I do not believe it is fair for either of us to abandon this love. I am also scared of what she might do next. She went to my grandmother's house and my brother's girlfriend's house trying to find me. My brother refused to tell her where I was. She knows where my apartment on campus is. I have considered moving in with Tom for safety, but his parents asked us to stop being intimate until marriage, and I do not think they will approve of us living together. That said, they have been incredibly kind. They paid for my hotel stay. Tom was nervous about me staying at my brother's friend's apartment. I was mostly afraid of the roaches. They are texting me as I write this, sending florist options, and talking excitedly about our wedding. Overall, I am okay, but I am terrified of the unknown. How is Tom doing? He's very anxious, being away from me, and incredibly grateful to my brother. He wants me to block my mother's number, but I am not ready. He encouraged me to make an appointment with my therapist, and we're hoping to attend a few sessions together. He has apologized endlessly and feels like he should have figured this out sooner, but it's not his fault. If we had known earlier, we might never had the love we now share. And I believe that love is worth it. This morning, his father warned him not to share this secret with anyone. Tom is nervous about how our grandparents will react if they find out. If anything else happens, I will update again. We're still reading the comments. The encouragement, especially from those who urge us to tell our parents, gave us the strength to do the right thing. Even though I regret telling my mother, I think it was better than lying and creating a long term deception. Thank you all for the support. Feel free to ask any questions. It genuinely helps us think through every angle. You see, the fact that she said that her mom was almost always drunk, it means that she kept being the same problem as usual.
Yeah, so that's mean like, well, people as
She
you
she
might
she
know,
chose
there is two
right.
type of people. Like some of them just continue being themselves, never grew up, and they think like the way of living is the best one. And some other that grew up from that childish and just move forward. But it's very sad. But you can see just the difference in how their reactions of both half side of the family towards her.
Yeah,
One wanted to kill you, throwing a bottle of alcohol into you.
that's crazy.
And that she's always drunk, while the other
Hmm.
one just literally pure support.
Yeah. The fact that you are in his parents' phone plan says a lot. It says that you probably didn't have money for your phone for a long time and they were the ones to take over and help. They're paying for the whole wedding, they are paying for your hotel room, they want to make sure that you're safe. I mean, well,
And
mm,
and in top of that, they proceed to just go with it and keep continue supporting you. That says a lot. That says a lot.
hmm
So, it's I think without a doubt your mom is not going to the wedding.
yeah, 100%.
But at the end of the day, if that's something that you guys would like to go and you have the support for her family, you
I
guys
don't know. I will be nervous if you have a date for the wedding already in a venue that you share with your mom. I'll be nervous that she will show up and cause a
oh
scene.
shit, I would like change everything.
Yeah, I will change everything too. I will not trust that. Anyway, let's read some comments. Top comment says, I'm sorry, that sounds incredibly painful and also the plot of a movie. And then Opie says, I certainly feel like I am living in a horror movie. And then someone else advised, do one of those DNA tests and see how much DNA you share. My grandparents found out they were third cousins after they got married. Their parents knew as well. Not quite the same, but they made it work. And then Opie says, this is good advice, but there is also some blissful ignorance here. Like, at what percentage do we draw the line? And someone says, well, first cousins is one thing, but genetic half sibling is quite another. If your mom was an identical twin, then you two really, really should not have biological children together. I mean, if they do not look alike, this is not likely. But if they, it might be worth checking on. Well, yeah, it's true. Someone says, as I have said above, the cousin thing is one thing, but your mother meeting her strange twin at your wedding is going to cause absolute carnage. This must be aired before the wedding, and you need to face the possibility of your mother making you choose. You say she's drunk most of the time, so I'm guessing she's not the best mom, else you will not have added that information. Tom's mother also needs to know, or there is another option. You'll tell your mother, she demands you choose Tom, disinviting your family to the wedding. You say nothing to Tom's mother. It is recommended. It's not recommended, but this is all going to go disastrously wrong. I think if I could accept he was my first cousin, I had just elope and keep the family separate as far as possible. And then Opie says, I fear if we tell our mothers, then our whole support system will fall out beneath us. And if we don't break up, it's almost like we have to be willing to break up if we tell them. And neither of us want to break up at all. Okay, I think that was before she did all the updates. But yeah. Somebody does say first cousin marriage is illegal in many US states. And whether or not those states recognize a marriage performed in a legal state varies. Just something to keep in mind when making a choice. And then she says, our wedding venue and planned life is in New York State. And then someone says, yes, you can legally marry your first cousin in New York. But yeah, there is a lot of
Back and forth.
comments. But yeah, back and forth about that.
But on your
Okay.
thoughts, on your personal thoughts, like, because I told you what I think, but you never. Well, you say like you will go for it, get married, but just
Yeah.
not having childrens, right?
Uh-huh.
So uh, I know your family. Me knowing your family,
They might have an issue with it.
they would no, they not might have an issue with it.
They
They would
will have an issue.
definitely have an issue with it. I can just picture your mom, especially your mother.
With the
And
offended eyes.
I mean, your father would be like a little like, come on, mijita, en serio. And your sister was like, no, no, no. Your brother would be like, whatever, do whatever you want. But it would be like mainly like your mom and your tias. Definitely. Definitely. On my end, I don't know.
What would you do though? You never answer.
My mom would be like,
Your mom will be supportive.
My mom would be like,
Your
whatever
mom, your
you
mom would be like,
like,
"Oh,
whatever.
welcome to the family."
Like whatever. Like uh it's your she probably would be like, oh my God, your grandpa's story is repeating itself. Like I tell you, like before that seems something to happens to be very often. It seems like in
And then she will sit outside with a cafecita with your tías and, and chismear, and she will
yeah,
tell them all
después.
about it.
And después like and like pero but again they take it like, hey, they never grew up together, they never know one another, there's stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's my point. They didn't grow up together. They never met each other until college, and then didn't know this until now. So it would have been easy to break them up when they just met. And then let's say the families met and they'll be like, oh my God, that's different because you just met. But you built a whole life around each other and you love each other so much and you have something good here. And you know how rare it is to find something good?
give me one.
So we're moving on to story number three. Three. So I don't know if you want me to read two crazy stories to finish this episode, or you want one crazy and one good one. How do you feel like?
I mean, everybody in this episode has been mad, full of madness. So let's try to finish it with a good note because you literally are putting people say like, I should not even be in a relationship with these stories.
Okay, so I have two crazy ones left. Do you
Okay,
want to
so
choose?
so between the last crazy, you want me to choose one from then?
Yeah, but actually, the last crazy one that I have, there is one that is longish,
Uh-huh.
and then there is one that is short. So I don't know if you want me to just read both,
L- Let's go with the
or
long
you
one.
want to choose with the
Let's
long
go with
one.
the long one, yeah. And
Do you
then
want
we
me to
can,
use, and then we
uh-huh.
assess if we have time?
Correct.
Okay, got it. So the long one comes from the subreddit Best of Redditor Updates. It was posted 2 months ago. And the title is Me, 27 male, with my fiance, 26 female. She is cutting me completely out of the planning of our wedding and ignoring my complaints. What do I do?
Cut it off.
And remember, this is a man talking about a female that doesn't let her plan the wedding. You know how men usually are like, I don't care.
Just do whatever you please. Like you
Exactly.
take over everything. But this is a new one, but that's mean like he cares. But let's type in on this one to see.
I know, it surprised me. Okay, so original post was January 17, 2016. And it says, Hi guys, long time lurker here. I have a question I'd like to ask. A little background. I met my fiance, Emily, in college about 5 years ago, and we started dating several months later. As corny as it sounds, things just click. Things got pretty serious, and I ended up proposing to her at Christmas, and she said yes.
Oh.
Yay! But since then, a couple of issues have popped up, and I'd like some advice on them. The problem is that I, being somewhat sappy and effeminated, have dreamed about getting married before. I have wanted for a long time to have a perfect, in quotes, wedding. So I started discussing plans with Emily soon after we got engaged, talking about what we wanted the wedding to be like. Of course, I knew then as well as now that there will have to be some compromise, some give and take, and all that, with a little of what I want, a little of what she wants.
Obviously. Sounds
Yeah.
fair.
hmm At first, it seemed like she was open to that, but no, but now I am not sure. You see, Emily has gotten really pushy about the wedding plans. Since that first conversation she had, she's been ignoring most of my suggestions, except for really small ones, like what outfit I can wear or what songs we can play at the reception. Meanwhile, she's really excited about her wedding and is constantly coming up with ideas of her own. What's more, she has been enlisting a bunch of her girlfriends, female relatives, etc., to help her plan the wedding out, with relatively little input from me. I feel really left out from the whole planning process. And I have mentioned that to her before, to which she will always say something like, "Oh, it's just brainstorming." Still, that kind of bothers me. It all came to a head yesterday. When I got home from work, we lived together. Emily came up to me, barely able to contain her excitement, and announced that she and her friends had finally found the perfect venue for our wedding. She showed me some pictures on her phone, and it really was not to my taste. And I mentioned that. She brushed that off too, saying that I just did not understand weddings or something like that because I am a man. That really hurt me because it's like she just did not care about my opinion, and I told her. She told me it was just a joke and I should not take it seriously. Probably true because she was laughing when she said it, but whatever. That was when I decided to tell her just how left out I felt. I told her I wanted to plan the wedding too, and I thought I had made that clear. She basically said that okay, I could help, but this was still her big day, so she got to make all the major decisions. What? That really
Yeah.
pissed me off for some reason. It's not for some reason, guy. You're in the, no, she cannot just say that. It's both of you guys' big day. It's not just hers.
Well, it's at this time, it's like pretty much I'm planning this is for me and for me alone. Whatever you wanted to do, it's I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that sucks.
It does suck a lot. You cannot say that. Anyway, he says that really pissed me off for some reason. I told her that it was my big day too, and she just said that the wedding is all about the bride, and this was her one day to be a princess. What the
Mm,
fuck? I told her that she was making me feel like I did not matter at all. And she laughed and said that of course I matter. Why else would she agree to marry me? And besides, I got to help her plan out her big day, in quotes, so I should be happy. She said this like it was not a big deal. Like I said before, I'm kind of unmanly. I was actually starting to cry at this point, and her nonchalant attitude was just making things worse. I excluded, no, I'm sorry, I excused myself from the room and just got into bed and cried.
oh,
I was in a funk all night and even this morning, and it's only now that I can clear my head and type this out.
oh.
So help me out, guys. Is Emily being unreasonable or not? Is she right that I should stay out of this? How can I get her to let me have some control here? Should we postpone getting married?
Yes.
Thank you, guys. I feel bad for this guy. He's actually sensitive and he cries and because he
And
actually felt it.
I actually don't care about the crime part, but which is a great thing that
Because
he
men
cries.
tears are crocodile tears. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not trying to say that, but it's
Whoa.
really hard for somebody to honestly express himself crying.
True.
That's,
Being vulnerable to get to that
not
point.
vulnerable. He's being hurt as fuck. Like your girlfriend is making you cry because you don't want to plan your wedding. Like, boy, that tells you something.
Yes, but I'm saying he's being vulnerable
Oh.
in front of her or like, with his feelings. He's being in touch with his feelings. He's not blocking it out. He's not like whatever. He's actually realizing it hurts him, expressing it out. And when it's
What?
not being heard.
Yeah, what he's doing right now, he is just pretty much just saying like, "Hey, listen, this is how I feel," which not many guy does that, to be honest with you. This is how I feel
Mm-hmm.
about the situation. This is how I want you to let's do something. I wanted this to be the two of us. And he is at this time he feel like he is a little bit impotent, like I've been trying to address this issue, but I'm not being heard.
Yeah.
So if this is with a wedding planning, what when you guys have kids, if you're not agreeing with the way that you parent the kids, so it's like, okay, whatever you say doesn't care. I don't care. I'm just gonna do my own.
That is a great point. Yeah, because this is gonna be forever.
Exactly. And this is just the started point, and now I started with a good note. So pretty much she
Mm-mm.
relied more on her friends than him. So I would say if you guys don't get into a common ground, there is no rush to marry. You already have engaged and you still knowing one another at this point. because you're
Mm-hmm.
never gonna finish knowing one another, honestly.
No, they've been together for how long, they
Five
say?
years.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, doing the circumstances, new type of personalities start coming across.
And how do you tell me that you've been with someone for 5 years and you didn't know that they actually want to be part of the wedding process?
I
You know how
mean,
nice it is to like have someone to talk these things over and you don't
take
have
it
to be
over,
begging
being
to
helping,
exactly.
helping choosing. And how
Because
come
you know how many men you saw, oh, I don't care, just do whatever you want. And you're
here's
like,
the
oh,
money.
great. So does that mean that you don't care about a
Here's the
wedding?
money. So here's the opposite. So the fact that she keep dismissing her what he's feel, I honestly will say like they should postpone the
Mm-hmm.
wedding. Um
Agree.
and not because, but at this time he's not being heard. The wedding is as much as his as is hers. It's the big day for both of them. Obviously, we all know the bride always get the spotlight on the weddings for some reason, because it's ladies usually tends to get more emotional for that type, but not in this case. They both emotional and they wanted to be
Exactly.
feel like it's perfect for the both of them. Um, so if he compromised all his feelings and he being ignored for all this what he has expressed to her, so I
Yeah,
don't think it would be wise for him to keep moving forward with the plannings, at least for now. That
I
is really
get that.
heartbreaking.
It is very heartbreaking. I feel bad for him. So there is a couple of comments. I do not want to read them all because they're kind of long and we have some updates that we want to
Hmm.
get to.
Oh, I
But
remember the
like
updates instead.
exactly, mainly all of the like most of the comments are just saying like it's a celebration for both of you and consider premarital counseling because it's a good idea. And people are saying like, "Hey, I do you want a wedding or a marriage?" She's like, I was grateful that my husband was, helped me with the wedding and it was very special because it was for both of us. So, the same thing that we're saying. Everybody is commenting the
Yeah.
same. I know. But yeah, just you see it's a universal experience that couples plan the wedding together, they both put input and it's not just a one-sided kind of thing. But yeah, let's go to the update.
Please, let's see what he end doing.
Update was posted 2 days after the original post.
Damn, that was quick.
Yep. It's like, hi guys, it's me again. This is actually my second update. I wrote a post last night, but that one got removed by the mods. I think because I was asking in the post for further advice. Anyway, as I was writing it out, I came to the realization that I did not need advice after all, and that I had a strong feeling that something was wrong and I needed to get closure with Emily. So I brought it up with her shortly after writing my post last night. Things went horribly, and now I feel like shit. I will start by summing up that post got deleted. I ended up having a talk with Emily. Oh, okay. He's summing up the post that got deleted. I ended up having a talk with Emily on Sunday evening, basically running through the points I laid out on my original post, and that some people who commented on it had suggested. By the way, thank you guys. She apologized and agreed to premarital counseling, but I was not too happy about it. And she also agreed to have me co plan the wedding with her. But when I mentioned postponing the wedding, she got really upset and said that she wanted to get married now. Fortunately, we never had a final date for a wedding ceremony to begin with, so I was able to calm her down by reassuring her that we will be getting married soon. We spent hours yesterday trying to reach a very general master plan for the wedding based on both our ideas. But I just could not shake this feeling that she was just agreeing to what I say so that I would be placated and she could go on with the wedding and then control every aspect of our lives for the entirety of our marriage. I also doubted the sincerity of her apology, and I was very worried by the fact that she had insisted on getting married right now, and not in a I cannot get enough of you way. It was definitely more like a kid throwing a tantrum over a toy they want.
Oh,
Basically, my post that got removed was asking if my concerns were legitimate and what should I do about them. So, like I said before, I realized by the time I had finished writing the post last night that I had already answered my own questions. I did not feel like she was being sincere. And I definitely did feel like she was just trying to appease me so that she could get what she wanted, as opposed to her genuinely wanting my input on the whole process. So around midnight last night, I approached her with these feelings. I basically told her all of what I just said above and demanded to know if she really wanted to marry me or just get married. That she fucking lost it. She accused me of not loving her, saying I was just trying to guilt her into giving me everything I wanted all the time. At one point,
Somebody's
she even,
reflecting.
yeah, at one point, she even accused me of cheating on her.
Oh,
Oh.
someone is reflecting.
Oh. I think that's called deflecting, but yeah. She fell back into all the stereotypes. She was saying that men are just selfish pigs who only put up with women for sex and never commit to giving them what they want and deserve. I was too stunned to say anything. I might have been crying, I don't even know, but I was just too much to handle. She eventually threatened to break up with me if I did not apologize for doubting her. And at that point, I just let her break up with me. The Emily had fallen in love with had just fucking evaporated right before my eyes. She kicked me out of the apartment after that, and I had to find a hotel room. And I ended up calling in sick at work and just laying in the hotel bed all day, just sobbing. Fuck, this is miserable. I checked Facebook and Twitter and all that while a while back, and Emily and her friends have been posting a ton of shit about how I betrayed and abandoned her and all that. Some of them have even sent messages to me directly saying that I'm an asshole. At the very least, Emily's parents, who I'm actually pretty close with, commented on those posts defending me, and they even called me earlier this afternoon to apologize for their daughter's actions. That's the only thing that's really gotten me out of this funk. The woman I was going to marry left me, and it's all my fault. Sorry, guys, I fucked up on this one big time. My guy,
uh, uh, oh, how we pass from this bitch is trying to control your whole existing life, literally
so it's
confess
your
to you that she
fault.
was cheating on you, and pretty much feel like some sort of weight, and then you reflecting to yourself that it's your fault because you wanted it for her to be considered to what you want also, and that it's just everything about her. How does that make sense? How is his fault?
No, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's not your fault. It's like okay. So I'm sorry, but the best of Redditor updates was posted 2 months ago, but this story is actually from 2016. So it's
Okay.
11 years ago. It was originally posted January 17, 2016, and the update was posted January 19, 2016. And we don't have anything else after that. Oh, that's annoying. How do we know what's going to happen?
Well, we don't know, but we can just only hope that he didn't return back to the crazy chick
Hopefully not. Hopefully you found someone who actually valued you
and your inputs and your
and your
thoughts and
input.
your
Yeah.
emotions.
And how do you go from I love this person, I want to marry them to all men are selfish pigs, you included. You
That
only
just
put up with
looking
me for
nonsense for
sex.
sex. What does that have to do with? I think like her the other one that she had kind of cut her off, and she wants to rush on the wedding just to say like give it jealous the other guy could
You
be
think she
the one
was
that she was
cheating for
cheating,
sure.
and obviously yeah, of course, like us. I mean, let's be honest. It was nothing about cheating, and she just brought that up and blaming on him, then blaming all guys like they are cheaters, and they just want ladies for sex, and like
You know what I
read
think it
between the
is?
lines, like, dude, come on.
I don't know about that. I mean, for sure, I can imagine it happening. I can imagine it being true, but for sure, I cannot say that she's cheating. But what I do know is that she has some bad friends.
Implies the
She
implications
has
are there, but
it
yes,
might be also the friends that are just telling her shit in her ear and she's just listening to them. Because some people are very miserable and they just want everyone else around them to be the same way as they are. And they just push them to that limit. And they're just like, oh, yeah, he's for sure cheating on you. Oh, yeah, he's for sure doing this.
Sorry, but I do not agree with that. You know,
Okay. You do think she's cheating and she's a shitty person.
no. She might not be cheating, but at the same time, one who lets other influence the decision of her lifetime.
Some people are like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying like those who that means like and you don't fight for it, that doesn't mean they meant to be.
Yeah.
Because there is a huge difference in have to do it or wanting to do it.
Yeah, because girly, you have a brain. Think about
So
this.
if you don't want to spend some times of your 24 hours that you have in a day thinking about what you have done and what you can do to fix it with the person that you wanted to spend the rest of your existence with, then that was not meant to happen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's okay. I
So,
agree with that.
and this is a how you call this? A learning lesson for all those future brides over there. Whatever everybody else doesn't give a damn. It's just
Mm-hmm,
between
mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm.
and your partner. That's it.
Exactly. And this is why I'm having cornhole at my wedding. Well, our wedding.
A cornhole?
Yeah, because he likes cornholes and we're doing it in summer for that.
Okay,
It's gonna be a mix of both.
okay. So I need to.
Yesterday, my cousin was like, "We're gonna bring a dart thingy, and we're gonna bring like a pool table. We're gonna make like a bar there, and blah 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 blah." And I was just like, "Sure,
What the heck? This is gonna be an interesting thing. Um,
compromise, compromise."
um, uh, okay. We have to lay now some stuff, Denise. I have to guide you some ways. In the
Talking about friends not influencing in the wedding decision. What are you saying, Sabi?
so some just suggestions. I just can provide suggestions. At the end of the day, it's what the couple wants. But the suggestions can be implemented just to make things a little bit more smooth. Not remove anything, but just smooth it out.
Okay. Now I'm gonna read the top comment, okay? Top comment says, they quote, and it's all my fault. I say, that is the only place you went wrong in this whole thing. You dodged an absolutely major bullet,
A,
and I am
mi-
so
a
glad for
missile.
you.
That's a missile, not a bullet.
Crazy. And he says, I know it sucks really, really hard right now, but just think how much more miserable it will be to be railroaded and dismissed the rest of your life. Emily finally showed you who she really is. Stay no contact and move right the fuck on. I had been in a position and my fiance let me know he was worried about having these doubts based on my past behavior. I had been heartbroken. He felt that way and discussed it and do whatever I could do to allay those fears. But I have never been in a situation because I want a partner, not a wedding. Best of luck and do not forget she was absolutely totally in the wrong. Hail and move on. And then Opie says, I wish Emily could have been more like you. Thanks. That's sad. Another one that Opie commented on is this person said, you did not fucked up anything. Any good committed wife will try to assure your insecurities having this is a big word for Elmo. Inadvertently excluded you or pushed you away. Your ex, on the other hand, was a deliberate jerk, and her motives were rightly questioned. And then Opie says, sorry, but I'm dumb. How was any of this deliberate? I thought it was just her being herself. And then the answer, well, that's the thing. Her modus operandi is to walk all over you like a doormat. She's a jerk. People choose their day to day actions. She's bearing her true colors and they're ugly. Shit talking on Facebook ugly. I know a couple divorces and single fathers who had their relationships woes they did not air dirty laundry on Facebook. But yeah, that's true. That's true. What would you post it on Facebook? Like, what you want all the attention in the world? That's what you wanted. Blech. Disgusting behavior. I'm so glad you're free. And I hope you find someone who loves you in this past 11 years.
Indeed. So we wish
Mhm.
you all the best. Hopefully you're already married with two kids and with somebody, and hopefully not with Emily,
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
and with someone who actually value you the way you are.
And don't you dare remember that woman like, I fucked up the relationship is the one that got away. Please don't do that.
You were the one who was saved.
You, yeah, you were the one that got away because you were the good one in this relationship.
That's
She
true.
fucked it up.
Well, let's not put it that she fucked it up. She
Hmm.
just showed him that they were not meant to be. So she didn't fuck that up
Yep,
anything. So she just
that's
showed
true.
who she was truly is, and you didn't like who she was truly are. So that's all. Move on. Next one. Life too short to dwelling in the past, and just head high into the next one. That's it.
Okay. Do you want me to read the short one now? How do you feel?
Sure. It's gonna be a long
Sure.
episode. Short,
Do you
short.
wanna? It's like half a page, probably.
Okay, short. Then go ahead. Half a page
Okay,
equals to 2 minutes.
then we are not reading the long one, the cute one, or are we?
Yeah, if you would like to, we can do
Okay,
both.
okay, okay. Then you cut all of this. Listen. Story number 4. Moving on to
Moving
another
on to
crazy
the
story.
fourth.
To another crazy story.
Okay.
So this one comes from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? It was posted a year ago. And the title is Am I the Asshole for telling my fiance to stop being a brat? My fiancé and mom are fighting because my fiancé wants a wedding at this lake in the mountains that she talked about before the engagement. We visit it every year and it's almost tradition to hike up there and camp there. And there is more hiking past that point that we make a long weekend of it. My mom is not happy because she's not fit enough for the hike. Her family is because they're hikers, but my mom has knee issues and is overweight. I cannot do anything too difficult. This hike is 6 kilometers. How
Damn.
much is that in miles?
Um, it's 1.5, like 10. ¿Qué sé yo? Let me see. Let me
Yeah,
ask
please.
ChatGPT.
You don't have to ask ChatGPT. You can ask Google.
It's kilometer? How many is?
Yeah, 6 kilometers to
Okay.
miles.
Oh, it's just 3.7 miles.
That's not bad. Come on.
It's not crazy.
It's nothing crazy.
I thought it was gonna be
No,
something like 10 or something.
3.7 miles is not too bad. But okay, so this hike is 3.7 miles or 6 kilometers to get to the lake, and everyone in the wedding party can do it. My fiance agreed, but then wanted to do it in her aunt's backyard. Her aunt has the nicest backyard out of the people we know, but I will not say it's still very nice. She says she was just going to buy some string lights and an arch and do it there. She was compromising because his mom couldn't go, okay?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Okay, I have been to the backyard and it's not bad. It just has garden beds and chickens in the corner, which my mom is not happy with. My mom wants a formal location and is arguing the backyard spot is her punishing her from the first option.
What? Okay.
My fiance denies it and says it's because she does not want to pay for a ceremony spot and she thinks the backyard is pretty as a spot that is free. We look at some public parks, but they get very crowded and renting them is already not an option as they mostly filled up. My mom found a rental spot in a building with a decorative wall and benches that cost $1,200 for 2 hour rental. And it's something she felt like it's pretty enough for a wedding. $1,200 for a 2 hour.
That's a
What?
steal.
No, well, for me, no. I've been looking at venues that are like 5K for like a whole day or like 7K for a whole weekend. That's a steal. compared to other venues. Other venues are
Well,
like 30K for a day.
that's depending where you're looking at.
True. True. We don't know where they are. It might be
Exactly.
California.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's $1,200 for 2 hour rental, and it's something she felt like is pretty enough for a wedding. This is the cheapest option other than the parks we have come across. My fiancé refuses to pay for it, even though she agreed to half and told my mom if she wants to dictate the spot, she needs to pay for it. My mom is taking it as her punishing her for not letting the wedding happen at the lake. They are arguing, and I think my fiance and I paying for half is an easy fix. And she's making it difficult for no reason. She refuses to make any compromises and told my mom if she does not want the wedding at her aunt's backyard, then she does not have to come. We argue about it as well, and I call her a brat because it's her way or the highway, and she called me an asshole. I do not know why this is such a huge compromise to her, but am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
So, so she compromised from the lake. So your mom can assist, but your mom is being. I think the one who's being the brat here is your mother.
Yeah, and you're being a mama's boy.
Yeah. I'm
Disgusting.
like, I'm like, obviously they're not gonna have the chickens running around during the ceremony, you idiot. But besides the point, no, you are the asshole for sure. Um, your wife is being compromised already once, twice, and looking for other options, and the other, even the other, her mother, the bride's mother, was even looking for other options just to please your mother. So at this point, who is the one getting married? Is it you, OP, or is it your mom? Because it sounds like it's your mom.
You know what, my guy? Go pay the $1,200 and go marry your mom. It's that easy. It's that easy. You're going to be a mama's boy forever and ever.
At this point, it sounds like he's the one getting married with his mother instead of with her
Exactly.
fiance.
Disgusting behavior. Now, I really hope this girl runs because this is going to be your whole life. Hey, I am going to do the kid's birthday party at my aunt's house. Oh no, the chicken coop is there. Let's not do
Again?
it there.
Again with the same spot? Like, please. And
Ugh.
then didn't want to compromise to pay half of it either. So, she just want to get her way one way or another without have to afford anything from her end.
Exactly, because if you really want it to be somewhere nice and formal, go ahead and pay for that. And then they can have the wedding there, and then they can do the after party at the aunt's house, so they can do the after party at a
Exactly.
restaurant. But at
Exactly.
least
Wherever.
compromise and do that because the biggest thing that the bride is saying is, I do not want to pay a lot of money.
Exactly.
And
So they probably have other
that's
plans to
all.
do something with the money they have saved together, like
Hmm.
who knows what, buying a house,
A
maybe they
house.
don't live one, or maybe they're planning for the honeymoon, which is going to cost them more money, and they want to spend more money in something that they enjoy themselves rather than just a fancy party. Who knows? It's their life, not yours. You already live your life. That's why you are the mother of the groom.
But I get it because, one thing is suggestions. You can suggest, hey, I would like this, or what do you think about this? And that's okay. We can all talk about it and we can, good and bad, and then decide what we want to do. That's all. But you don't have to impose on someone else's wedding because you're saying, hey, I cannot hike, so don't do it there. Got it. Understand. I want you to be there because you're my mother in law. Let's do it somewhere else, but let's do at my aunt's backyard because, the backyard is pretty and it's free. Let's do it there. No, because there is a chicken coop. I found a place that you guys should pay. Like, how is that fair? That's not fair for the couple at all.
It's not for anybody. But whatever. So do we have an update on this one?
No, I don't think so. Let me check just in case, but I don't think we do. No, he deleted the
Of course he
his
did.
whole thingy
Wonder
because
why.
everybody called him an asshole. They're like, you're the asshole. Tell your mom to back the fuck off. Everybody's like, you're the asshole, and so is your mom. Are you getting married to your fiance or your mom? Like everybody tells him the thing, and then she's like, the aunt's backyard was a compromise. Your mom is not getting married; she does not get a say. If I was your finance, I would say you learn the lesson real quick, or there is if I was your fiance, they used to spell it finance. If I was your fiance, I would say you learn the lesson real quick, or there will not be a wedding at all. You're the asshole. So he doesn't comment at all. Everybody's just telling him, you're the asshole, you're the asshole. and he deleted everything.
Well, good, good.
Yep, yep, yep. Yay! So we do have a listener write-in. This is a nice story that I wanted to add to the end.
Yes, please, because you right now you are letting me know, like, don't get married.
Don't get married. Don't get married. So this is gonna be a positive note, and it's also gonna lead to our next episode, which is gonna be all about fiancés to set the bar high.
Oh
So
Lord,
people
that
can
sounds like
next
a
time
Denise
be like,
episode.
oh,
That sounds like a Denise episode.
I like both. I
We
like
do
chaos.
apologize beforehand. She's on the height. She recently got engaged, and most likely for the next episode too, she's gonna be showing her the shining ring to everybody that her wonderful fiance have proposed to her. By the way, I was there. It was so cute. She did cry, and she didn't know what to say. Like, she was mute.
I was shocked.
She was have to ask, you need to say something, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was shocked. I was just like, okay, the thing is that I did not see because there was like a lot of pictures in the back of us, and I did not see what it say. Will you marry me? I did not see that because it took long to come out. Like the screen went black,
Oh
so
no,
I
you
turned
know.
around and I didn't see it.
Actually, the post didn't last long enough for you to see it. It
Oh
was
well,
very
maybe.
short.
So I didn't
It was
see
like
it.
five
So I
seconds.
turned around and I was waiting, and I just saw him on one knee, and he didn't say anything, and I was just like, and then he goes, "You have to tell me something here."
He
I'm like,
probably
I mean, of
the
course, yes.
pobrecito. He probably his heart fall down to the floor. I'm like, oh my gosh, he might say no. What the heck? What am I doing right now? I just picture his fear going through his head. But yes, she said yes at the end, obviously. It was very nice, and she got a very nice surprise after she said yes, because she found a bunch of weirdos screaming from the top of a corner where she was,
I didn't
and
see anyone until then. And apparently everybody was out there looking.
everybody was out there looking, but at the same time hiding, sobbing, crying, recording. And like, oh, I was one of those, by the way. But you know.
And Sabi was supposed to be in Tampa helping his sister move in. And he was like, I'm not going to be available to record. I'm going to go to Tampa, help my sister move into her new house. And I was like, oh,
Eh,
great.
Everybody lied that
Everybody
weekend.
lied.
So don't pull it on me.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, let's go into our listener right in so people don't get sick of me, even the way for this. The title is I Proposed to My Girlfriend on My Birthday. I, John, 32 male, just recently celebrated my birthday. I never like to do anything big for my birthday. I am not that type. An ideal birthday for me will be no chores, not going anywhere, and no responsibilities. I am a big computer geek and could spend an entire day, an entire day there if given the opportunity. But as much as I love my computer, which my girlfriend has named Kimberly, I love my actual girlfriend so much more. And I want to not only spend the day with her, but to spend the rest of my life with her. So I decided to give her a present on my birthday. As a point of reference, my birthday is on June 20. I had picked out the perfect ring months before using a jeweler my mom knew through her sister in law. The ring was elegant, with gold embroidered leaves flanking the setting, which contained a shiny light blue stone cut into the shape of a pear. A fairy tale ring for sure, just like she wanted. Now that I had the ring, I needed to pop the question. Now, I know that might sound easy to just be like, will you marry me? But I assure you, I am not simple man. I had something elaborated planned for quite some time, but I needed to know if it was even possible. On the 3rd of July in 2024, we went to see a baseball game at a local ballpark with the promise of fireworks after. After the home team won, the fireworks lit up the sky and illuminated my now fiance's face, and I told her I love her for the first time.
Aw.
She recalls that moment feeling surreal and felt like she was the only person in the stadium with me. That very stadium could be the place where I also proposed to her. That very same stadium could be the place where I also proposed to her. So I called. And the short story is, it was all possible. I wanted to put a video on the Jumbotron with a mashup of all the songs that meant a lot to us. I wanted a microphone to sing along with the video, and for all our friends and family to see and hear the proposal. But no be seen until she said yes, hopefully. After it after it was all approved, I got to work. I texted everyone I wanted to be there or solicited the help of my girlfriend's family and friends to get everyone there on my birthday. Some people were coming out of state to see her too, so it all required tons of planning. I also needed to make the video and mashup, which I did when my girlfriend went away to spend time with her family. Everything was ready. I just needed to get her there that day and for her to not suspect anything. The day of my birthday, she wanted to celebrate me so much that she did not question anything that I wanted to do. I wanted to go on a tour at the stadium for my birthday, and she did not put up a fight. Perfect. I told her we were going out to a nice restaurant after the tour, so she and I dressed up for the occasion. As we were driving there, it started to rain. I was pissed, to say the least. However, when we arrived, the sun was casting a rainbow out of the center field. A blessing now that I look at the videos. Everything went well. The video played, she had no idea. I sang, and everyone was crying. Words cannot do it justice, but trust me, it was everything she deserves. She's an amazing person, beautiful, and someone I never want to not have in my life. I love her with all my heart and will never leave her side. Thank you for being in my life, and I am looking forward to spending the rest of my life with you.
Oh, that's
By
so
the way, I
cute.
already cried before when I read this the first time.
Oh, and she's crying again. That's
I'm
so
crying.
cute.
I'm trying to hold it in, okay? But
Oh,
yeah, this was not John, this was Adam. And this is a precious ring again.
for the fifth time in this episode.
Shut up. I'm
Get used,
excited.
people get used to see that ring from moving now on every episode. At least for the next three episodes, she'd be like,
Yeah, enough. But yeah, it was very cute. So some fiancés set the bar high, others are horrible. But we all gotta just learn how to choose, I guess, how to find the. Hopefully, we all can find a good person. Like I can tell, Adam is, and I'm sure you can say Paolo is.
but that was that wonderful story. It was literally her proposal story from the husband side. I mean, sorry, fiance side,
Fiance.
soon to be husband. Uh, um, but yeah,
Yeah.
so even she reading it for probably the fifth of 10 times. I'm sure as soon as she give it that, she have read this like who knows how many times, and I've foreseen this being read in his wedding. So
I'm gonna print it out and
you
put it
but
in my memory box.
no, you better print that out. 'Cause I'm gonna read that shit on your wedding.
You want me to put it in the wedding?
I'm gonna to read that in your wedding. When you give me the mic, I'm gonna shame you both on that with that.
Oh, that's not shame. That's cute.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make you like, embarrassed and giggle.
Ha 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 ha.
I have an art for that.
I know you do. I know you
So
do.
yeah. But yes, guys, after four horrific stories about reasons why not to get engaged or not to get married, now the stories lead to the same way. Some of the stories, when you meet the right person, at the right time, and go with your feelings, with the right reasons, things like this happens. You get to a happy ending, well, to a happy start for a new chapter
Yes.
in your life, which will lead to a many, 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 many good, nice, and wonderful memories to the person that you have chosen to proceed and create your life with. And to the extent that he gathered all your family across the country and your best friends across the country too, and everybody have make an effort to make it there just to celebrate with you and him, that special moment in your life, that tells you already that you have made the right choice.
I know. I'm very, very happy. And I really hope everyone gets to feel that love because
Oh,
everyone
trust me,
deserves it.
we were nervous as fact. I sent Denise a little video before, while everybody was waiting. One was praying, another one was eating, another one was like, I'm too cold. Her mother. Her father was trying to watch the football, but at the same time have the nervous like sassiness in him. But everybody was very excited for her, and as it should. So we were there to celebrate you both, and we are happy to see you guys to commit to one another into your next chapter of your wonderful
Mm,
tale that just commenced.
yes, thank you so much. I'm very happy for all of you to
That's
see
a
me.
lie. She was
Huh?
shaming everybody. You a liar. You a liar. You a liar. You a liar.
Everybody's a liar. I mean, that's true. In the stadium, like the video, you see me seeing everybody, and it was like, because Adam's sister was like, she was not with us because she was supposed to be doing her hair, and I'm like, you were doing your hair, and then I get up there, and my niece is like, haha, I still have my wisdom teeth because they told me that she was taking out her wisdom teeth that Friday, and so I never suspected she would be here, and she was like, haha, I still have them. It was a lie. And then Sabi, that was supposed to be in Tampa, was here. And then Jagna, my other best friend, was supposed to be in PA with her husband, and she was there. Everybody lied to me
For a good reason.
for a good reason, though. For a good reason. I know that. And then really thank you all for spending a lot of money and time of your lives to come out and see us. And it was perfect. It was magical.
Right.
Anyway,
Well,
let's move on. I don't want people to be sick of me and my
and
story.
with this note, we are going to end this episode.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, we appreciate you as usual. We are gonna expect you next weekend. And remember, today is Wednesday. Just 2 more days. Oh no! Wait! Not 2 more days. Jeez, is well for those of you who worked on corporates, the half Friday off.
Oh, that's
Just
true.
one more day.
I am not.
Since July 3rd will be off. Yes.
Enjoy the weekend,
Enjoy the
guys.
long weekend. Be responsible. Don't drive. Don't drink and drive. If you have puppies, make sure they are in a safe environment for the
Mhm.
fireworks. And without further ado, until next episode. And thank you for watching. You got Chisme. I mean,
Bye.
we got Chisme. You listen to Chismes.
Good
Peace out.
Chisme. Bye.